In this series, I'll be showing you the various media that influenced and impacted my life. That's everything from cartoons, to video games, to anime, to novels, to comic books, and even board games. So, let's begin the first episode with an anime I saw as a kid that I didn't know was anime until almost a decade later, and that is called The Fantastic Adventures of Unico. Unico was created by Osamu Tezuka. Yes, that Osamu Tezuka, the one responsible for Blackjack, Metropolis, and Astro Boy. Unico was made in collaboration with Sanrio, the same people that created Hello Kitty. That's Garfield. The same people that created Hello Kitty. This is for my niece. Yeah. Anyway, Hello Kitty is actually seen in a cameo for a brief second. The animation was created by Madhouse Studios, the people that would go on to create Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, Trigun, and even Cardcaptor Sakura, and even, coincidentally, Metropolis. Unico was released in Japan on March 14, 1981. It is unknown how successful it was over there, but the order of the Unico timeline goes like this. There was a 1979 pilot movie that didn't get picked up called Unico, Black Cloud and White Feather. However, 2 theatrical films were released. That was The Fantastic Adventures of Unico in 1981 and Unico in the Island of Magic in 1983. Shortly after, a short film called Unico, Please Save My Earth was released, but the date for this is unknown. After that, Unico vanished from Japan and America and was forgotten forever. Except, however, by me. Unico's 2 theatrical films came to America dubbed in 1983. Now, I was born in 1982, but I had a VH copy of The Fantastic Adventures of Unico that my parents had recorded from an HBO. Technically, this is illegal. But as a little kid, this recorded tape got watched again and again. Now, just what is Unico? Well, I'll let the prologue explain for itself.
Long, long ago, in a meadow far, far away, a mother unicorn gave birth to her babies, just as mother unicorns had been doing since the beginning of time. Among the babies was one special little fellow with white fur and a tiny white horn, whose name was Unico. No one knew the reason why, but this little unicorn had a very special power. Wherever he went, Unico had the gift of making all living things light-hearted and happy. Hard as it is to believe, there were certain individuals who were not overjoyed with Unico's wonderful powers. The gods, who thought that they alone had the right to decide when people should be happy.
Happiness should only be the end result of years of sacrifice and hard labor.
He must be strapped!
I certainly agree.
People are losing all their respect for the gods. West Wind, come to us!
have a mission for you. You must find the creature Unico and carry him far away and cast him up on the hill of oblivion. No matter how many thousands of years pass, he must remain in exile, far from the sight of any living thing. It must be as if he never existed.
Poor little one. I must steal you from your mother and take you to a place where you'll be forgotten forever.
Forgotten forever? As a kid, this type of punishment was horrifying. Even more horrifying than death. But not Unico, right? This is a cartoon. Bad things don't happen to good people. The good guys always win, right? So our star is literally being kidnapped from his mother and siblings just because of the way he was born. Luckily, the West Wind cannot condone this type of punishment to a cute little creature for something he can't even understand.
No, I cannot do it. No matter what the gods may say, I simply cannot abandon you to the hill of oblivion. Here, in this land of mist, this place at the edge of the earth, far from the sight of men and gods, I'll leave you here.
This little child is alone in the middle of nowhere. This shouldn't cause him any psychological or abandonment issues at all. Right, Unico?
I'm lonesome!
Please stop. Well, I'll give you a hug. Just... Oh my god, stop crying. Now, Unico awakens to find himself before a devil. Yes, a devil. For the kids. Now, do you think Unico should be afraid of this? No, of course not. Not Unico. He tries to make friends with him.
Who disturbs my solitude?
Someone is there! Hello, my name is Unico!
Why should I care what your name is? You must leave this place at once.
Who are you, Mr. Statue?
You dare to call me a statue? Can't you see that I am a devil?
Well, now that I found somebody else here, I'm happy.
Well, I'm not. Get out of this temple immediately.
Huh? Why do I have to go?
Unfortunately, this is a devil of solitude, and Unico can't quite understand the concept of being alone forever.
What is solitude?
The state of being all alone.
All alone? But now that I'm here, we can be friends.
Oh, don't be an idiot. Why would a devil be friends with the likes of you? Go away!
The evil devil tries to kill Unico, but Unico is so fast the lightning from the devil keeps hitting the pillars in his own home, causing the house to collapse on Hellstone and destroy him. Now, as my older self watching this, I kind of wonder if this is a mistranslation. Because, as you see, Beasley says he killed his father.
You smashed up my daddy! And now that my daddy's all smashed up, I'm the next devil of solitude.
So, this is the devil of solitude, and this is Beasley.
Goes without saying.
I kind of think that Beasley was actually pretending to be a powerful devil. Otherwise, his father was a living statue?
So what do I want with a friend? Why should I be lonely? I'm not lonely. I'm not. I wonder where that little runt went to. What do you think you're doing here? I told you never to set foot in here again!
So Beasley acts tough, denying that he actually is lonely and interested in Unico's friendship. Unico doesn't see this, however, and since he's the only person on the island, eventually gives in to Beasley's request and gives him his horn.
I know! If you'll be my friend, I'll give you anything you want! It's a deal! Okay, what I want is that horn on top of your head. What? It's just that if you take away my horn, I'll lose all my powers.
And he gives it to him, saying that he can have his horn for 24 hours because he believes will make it him his friend. Unico is actually learning a horrible, horrible lesson here. He is giving in to peer pressure, and he also believes that giving people gifts will make them his friends. Yes, Beasley isn't the only one who needs to learn a lesson.
Ow! Hey, stop it! What are you doing? away. You started it.
Beazle chases Unico to a cliff where he accidentally falls off into the water below. Beazle doesn't understand the word help when Unico calls out to him. He just goes back to his home and leaves Unico to die. Yeah, I know. Beasley is actually genuinely conflicted about this. I mean, you see him debating it whether or not he should help his friend or give him the horn back. He eventually realizes Unico is in trouble and destroys the hourglass that keeps track of time, because he believes if the hourglass doesn't move anymore, the sand dropped to the ground, I guess all of time has passed now. 24 hours is up. Wow, a lot of the characters in this show really learn to live with denial. Anyway, he jumps into the ocean and puts Unicorn's horn back on his head. Then drowns, because, as you know...
The sea is poison to devils. Thank you, Beazle. Wait a minute. What's the big idea? I'm still alive. Huh? Unico? If someone truly loves me, I have the special power to turn into that mighty unicorn you saw. And I think you love me, Beazle. Huh? Well, come on, Beazle. You know it's true. You do love me. And I love you, too. Are you trying to kill me all over again? Stop it! I hate it! Here, I'll prove it to you. Whoa! It's a horn! My very own horn! Dum 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 da da doo dee. Thank you.
Beasley is so happy he unconsciously starts using his powers to regrow pretty flowers and trees on the island. But then, this happens.
Oh no! A severe case of happiness is broken out on the island of the Devil of Solitude.
Yes, an outbreak of happiness. Happiness, being the cancer that it is, frightens the gods. So they summon the Dark Wind.
Let's call the Night Wind. Night Wind, come to us!
Oh, she comes.
She's coming.
The Night Wind is at your service.
The Dark Wind is almost an evil version of the West Wind, but she is supposedly under the gods' control. But if you study their character movements and the way they talk about her, they are obviously afraid of her. This never made sense to me as a kid. The gods are never seen again, thank God. And the Night Wind, well, she's introduced mainly to show you why Unico needs to keep moving from place to place. The Night Wind returns only once to attack West Wind while she's carrying Beazle to help Unico. I don't know if she's just attacking him because she thinks that little critter is Unico, or if she's just trying to attack her because she disobeyed the gods. Either way, they escape into the light.
They have passed the boundaries of my domain. I am powerless before the light of day.
And the Night Wind is never seen again. The West Wind comes to Unico and tells him he has to leave or he will be banished to the Mountain of Forgetfulness. She takes him away from the first friend that he's ever known.
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Come along. There is no time to argue.
Wait a second.
Oh, it's you. Hello, West Wind.
How does Unico know the West Wind? He was asleep when she kidnapped him, and she was gone before he woke up. Americans tend to make all characters know everything immediately. You see, I remember in Voltron, the minute the 5 characters say, "Hey, we're the Voltron Force," suddenly millions of miles away in space, Zarkon knows they're called the Voltron Force. Even as recently as Transformers Energon, Megatron's like, "Hey, I'm going to change my name to Galvatron now." And who knows this? Oh yeah, every Autobot in the entire planet, even though Megatron is millions of miles underground. Whatever, let's just move on. Unico is deposited into a swamp, where he then meets Katie the kitten. Katie has, well, I'll just let her tell you her dream.
But I really want to be as a witch.
What?
The first thing I'm going to have her do is to change me into a human girl. I'm on my way to find a witch right now.
But how do you know where to go looking for a witch?
Oh, that's easy. I read all about
it in a book.
Kate is very prissy and sometimes a little rude.
You really think we'll find a witch? You don't believe it? Well, that's all right. I'm perfectly capable of going on by myself.
She's so obsessed with witches that she thinks the first house she sees is a witch's house, just because it's in a forest.
Only somebody's house. That's a witch's house!
Oh.
Yow! See what I told you? It's a witch and she's come back just like I knew she would. Oh, I'm positive she's a witch. She's probably too tired right now to use her magic and she's just resting up, that's all.
Unico turns Katie into a human, but Katie thinks the old woman did this. She's living in denial, hoping that the woman is actually a witch, and that she will in turn teach her magic if she's nice to her. Katie starts out helping the old woman with chores like carrying food, cleaning the house. Eventually, though, she realizes that this woman's a witch, so she doesn't really need her help, even though she isn't really. And she becomes ruder to Unico and starts to become more self-centered. I'm guessing the main theme of Unico is that no matter what your friends become, you should always stand by them, but you should also always tell them they're false.
Katie, you really shouldn't be out here just doing nothing.
Oh! Why don't you mind your own business, you little snoop?
Katie, what's happened to you anyway?
Well, I've become a girl, that's what.
Well, that doesn't mean you shouldn't help out. She's a very old woman.
Oh, fiddlesticks. After all, she is a witch. She can take care of herself.
Katie, listen to me. That old woman isn't a witch. It was me who changed you.
What do you mean, you changed me?
Because I liked you. It was my magic that did it.
What are you talking about, you silly? If it was your magic, why don't you turn me back into a cat right now? That I'd like to see. Meow! What have you done? How dare you do this to me? You'd better turn me back into a girl right now!
I'm afraid I can't do it again. And it's all your fault, Katie.
Huh? What do you mean?
I can only do it when I like the person that I'm with.
Unico doesn't like her anymore and actually admits that he doesn't, and he subconsciously turns her back into a kitten because of this. Man, this has a lot more psychological depth than I thought it did. Anyway, Katie tries to save the old woman as a kitten. Obviously she's gonna die, but Unico sees this sacrifice and is able to transform her back into a human again.
Katie, you're wonderful whether you're a cat or a girl.
Unico is all about forgiveness. He forgives Beasley for physically abusing and bullying him. He forgives Katie for being an emotionless void, interested only in herself, that talks down and insults the woman and Unico. So Unico's message is suck it up and things will get better? No. In actuality, Unico is a tale about friendship. People come from all walks of life and experience the world differently, and friendship is only attainable through hard work, and just because someone appears not to be a good friend doesn't mean you should give up on them. Unico is essentially a model for how to be a good friend. Now, Katie is a better person, but we seem to still need a villain or something to fight against. I mean, there's really been no foil or antagonist. Now, where can we find such a person? Oh, there you are, evil count with no motivation or personality. This guy is so obviously evil, even my 6-year-old self could tell this.
Tomorrow night, when the sun goes down, there will be a party at my castle. I would like you to come there and sing for me, or you must come alone. And see that you tell no one of this. I forbid it.
Katie, being new to a human woman's world, is too innocent and naive to realize that this is wrong. Yeah, her heart is so swooned, she can't even notice that this guy is completely evil and trying to get her. She leaves for the forest without telling Unico or the old woman, because she is incredibly smart.
Welcome, Katie.
Then after that, Unico must fight through an enchanted forest for a while in order to get to Katie to save her.
I can't get out!
Katie is someone that Unico and the audience actually likes, she is now worth saving. But what is this? Okay, she's a kitten that's been turned into a girl, and now she's getting drunk at the Count's castle. I didn't realize this as a kid, but is he trying to get her drunk and have his way with her? This is so never explained.
Wet your throat with a drop of this wine, and I promise you'll sing as never before. Have another. Drink, Katie. Drink as much as you like.
I feel wonderful. He doesn't know what I'm doing.
Oh, I hope he does.
So anyway, Unico fights the human with his horn as a sword, which is really pretty cool. Wow, don't mess with this unicorn. It looks like Unico's winning, but he's eventually defeated, and the Count kidnaps Katie and takes her away. West Wind comes to take Unico away, even though she brought Beazle, but Unico refuses to leave. He's determined to save Katie at all costs. He fights the Baron again and quickly defeats him.
Let her go!
And then, Jesus Christ! Did that just happen? As a kid, I was like, should I be watching this? Anyway, it seems that that man was just a shell for a demon who emerges over 50 stories tall.
Unico!
Yes, he's killed. Beasley gives Unico his own horn, the gift that he had given him previously. Remember, Unico said that the horn is the source of all his power, and now that he's got his horn back, he can come back from the dead. The love that Katie and Beasley has shown for him transforms him into the giant magical unicorn we saw earlier, and he impales the giant demon in one blow. The demon then dies in a nice, riveting, 3-minute death sequence where he falls into lava. I don't know where the lava came from, this natural forest with no mountains around it, but who cares, it's a cartoon. Katie and Beasley are relaxing when the old woman tells Katie that this little unicorn hasn't come back yet.
I've heard tales of such a little unicorn who has the wonderful gift of bringing happiness to any life he touches. But They say the little unicorn is forbidden to stay for long with those he has made happy.
How does she know this? I mean, watching this video, you would think this is the first adventure Unico's ever had. Unless... Oh, no. If you read... Oh, God. It makes sense. If you read the manga and watch all the titles, Unico never remembers anything. He's become his own island of solitude. Originally, he was going to be banished. Everyone forget about him, but he apparently would remember everyone else. Now, he constantly travels the world, positively influencing everyone. They never forget him, but every time he goes on a new adventure, his own mind is erased. He forgets everyone he's ever met and everything he's ever done in the world. This is like a living hell for him. I mean, how can the gods, the winds, and even the writers keep doing this to this poor little guy? See, that's not the worst part. The ending credits are 5 full minutes of the West Wind holding Unico, taking him further and further away from his friends. As a kid, I wasn't thinking this. I was like, hey, Beazle's learned what it's like to have a friend and how to be a friend. Katie has learned how to become a mature, responsible adult and how to care for others. She was saved by an evil demon. The evil demon was destroyed. The forest has returned to normal. This has to be a happy ending. What else could there be?
Unico! Unico! Whoa! Hey, I don't want a horn! I just want to go with you! Take me with you! Unico! You can't get away from me! I'll follow you wherever you go! Goodbye, Beazle. What? What are you saying? I can't believe that! I won't let him go! I won't! Unico!
No, don't call for him, my child. It won't do any good. Neither he nor you has any choice. He must go away.
Unico! 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 Goodbye, Katie.
I'm sorry, I need a moment. I've now had a whole day to recuperate. There should be no reason I shouldn't be able to finish this review.
Lonely all my life, I've been alone for all my life, but not until today did I know you want to be my friend, and I've never had a friend.
Alright, in this new series, I'll be showing you all the media that impacted and influenced me in my life. That includes everything from video games, comic books, novels, board games, and even video games, which I just said. Unico's 2 theatrical films, Adventures and Island, both came over to America in 1983. I was born in 1982. I had a VHS copy of this that my parents had recorded from HBO. I would not recommend that, that's perfectly illegal. And however, I was a... Being a devil of solitude, Beasley asks Unico for a horn like his. That sentence made no sense.
So I'm all alone again.